Today we're going to be looking at the various types of roofs. Hi, I'm Cynthia and this is Orex Precast Solutions.
As a 5-year-old, you probably came up with a box and a triangle on top of it as your house design, right? You had successfully engineered a pitched roof. The triangle is the basic design for pitched roofs in Kenya, with two sloping planes leaning onto each other at 15 to 45 degree angles. It dominates most of the Kenyan suburban areas as 1, it's simple, 2, it drains rain perfectly, and that gap between your ceiling and the roofing sheets works as a natural insulation. However, you are basically paying good money to just build a pyramid of air you can never use. And in a serious windstorm, those overhanging eaves literally turn into airplane wings, creating enough pressure difference to lift your roof clean off the house.
However, this will only happen if your roof is not properly anchored to the beam. In Kenya, for example, there are a lot of upcoming mabati companies and it makes it challenging to find a mabati that will not fade over time after being exposed to weather conditions. Additionally, if there ever were to be a maintenance issue that required roof access, you are more likely to incur damages on your items.
So, it is cheap up front, but when a storm comes, unabaki bila roof. A close sibling to the pitched roof is the skilon. The skilon literally got tired of compromising and just committed to one direction. Think of it as the Gen Z type of roof. Yeah. The skilon is a single sloping plane, pitched steeply at 10 to 25 degrees, running from a tall wall down to a shorter one. No ridge, no valley, no drama. Just one clean line. But don't mistake simple for boring though. That steep single slope sheds rain very fast, sheds heat even faster, and lets you punch tall windows into that high wall for natural light and cross ventilation. It has easily become the go-to for contemporary Kenyan homes and offices that want that bold architectural look without the cost of a fully engineered statement roof. However, that single high wall is now carrying serious wind load, and your rafters, they need to be sized for a steeper pitch than that of a standard pitched roof. For that reason, the cost is generally lower compared to the pitched roof, since you don't need full trusses as those of the pitched roof. But don't make your decision yet. Tulia. We still have a few more roofs to discuss, so like and follow our content to gain more insight on construction and to find out the best ways to build your dream home.
A flat roof is a type of roof that has been slowly creeping into the building space in Kenya, especially in these apartments that are coming up. Today we are going to be talking specifically about the precast concrete flat roof. I know you're probably wondering about the drainage situation considering the word flat. But what you need to know is that every flat roof has a 1% slope so that water actually drains instead of pooling on top of your ceiling. So, why the precast concrete flat roof? 1, you don't need any formwork. So no formwork is equal to no wood waste after construction. 2, it is lighter, and this is because of the hollow nature of our precast panels. 3, it is faster. You only need less than a week for installation of our precast panels in a typical 3-bedroom house. Another advantage is the space that we get. With the rate at which prices of land are skyrocketing relative to the sizes of land, we need to utilize every single space that we can get. And for a flat roof, we can get that, where you can convert your flat roof space to a terrace, to a laundry area, to where you store your tanks, and even where you can place your solar panels. Cost-wise, the precast concrete flat roof is very advantageous for that one builder or that one person who just wants to create a functional space instead of just a roof to cover your structure. The other type of roof is the hybrid roof. This hybrid roof can involve lots of combinations, but for today, we're going to be talking about the hybrid flat roof and skilon roof. For the skilon, you get that double volume in your living area or whatever area you might like to have the double volume ceiling, and you can still get that terrace space for where you've placed the flat roof. Other hybrid roof combinations are as shown in these pictures.
So, the hidden roof. Think of it as a modern architectural magic trick. They use extended parapet walls to hide the actual roof line from the street, and then tack mabati inside the walls to leave the house looking like a sleek, minimalist box while still protecting your structure underneath. Nobody will see that iron sheet hiding behind that clean concrete edge. However, this design is only best for smaller buildings, since architects recommend a 1:4 ratio of the parapet height to the wall height for that crisp look. If you scale your house a bit higher, you either break that ratio or end up with a monster of house that resembles more of an ark than a house. The cost is relatively higher than that of the pitched roof, thanks to the extra masonry and the premium flexible waterproofing your hidden internal gutters demand. However, it saves you money on visible roofing materials, but then it charges rent in the form of maintenance discipline. Skip cleaning those hidden gutters and you'll find out the hard way when your living room suddenly turns into a pool overnight because your drainages are clogged. Next up is the butterfly roof. This is simply taking a gable roof and flipping it upside down. Now, the wings will soar upward and the valley will plunge towards the center of your house. Why would anyone do this to a roof? Simple, 2 words: natural light. Because your walls can go dramatically tall to accommodate the flipped roof, you get to install massive double height windows that flood the house with sunlight and warmth. Additionally, every single drop of rain gets funneled straight into one central collection point, and if you're serious about rainwater harvesting, this roof is what you need for your house. However, all that rain and structural load lands on one central valley beam. You need a highly skilled engineer with heavily engineered timber or steel, not the light stuff that we usually use for simpler roofs. If you don't do this, your dramatic wings will eventually collapse inwards. Cost-wise, it is the roof equivalent of a Met Gala gown. Gorgeous, complicated, and definitely not shy about the bill, if you get what I'm trying to mean.
In conclusion, if you want a timeless, low-maintenance budget build that fights rain with pure gravity, build a pitched roof. If you want a modern look on a strict budget and you are disciplined enough to clear your gutters every few months, build a hidden roof. If you want to capture every single drop of rainwater and look like an eco-futurist, go butterfly. But if you want to maximize every single square inch of your real estate, build a structure that laughs at heavy windstorms and unlocks a private roof oasis without throwing away hundreds and thousands of shillings on temporary timber formwork, then invest your money into the structural efficiency of a precast concrete flat roof. It's the ultimate engineering and financial flex for the modern era. So, which roof profile are you choosing for your dream build? Drop a comment below with your choice, hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to look at the structural math before you pour your next slab.